you see a lot of people always talking about their social media page, their page,
Yeah.
and with with what's happened over the week or two, people in this outgoing administration losing their ability to be on social media. Okay, that's coming from what people
think
post. There's a lot. There's been a lot of things people have been saying about. Well, that's hindering free speech. But the whole thing about the 14th Amendment about free speech doesn't apply to private companies. The people don't understand that, or seem to don't understand that.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on all that, kid? Because I don't know. It's been people don't understand that. Yeah, we want free speech to do things, but when you own a private company, that doesn't apply.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's that simple. It's as simple as the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. And if Twitter becomes, hey, Twitter, in my opinion, they should have did this 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago. But when they say, hey, okay, we had enough, we gonna block your account, boom, then that's their right. You came into their house and you wanted to act all simple, and they were like, okay, we gonna have to shut you down. You can go somewhere, else, but as for this house, you're done.
Yeah, it's just like you got a right to block people off of your page, off your news feed if you don't like what they're saying.
Right.
You know, um, the biggest problem people have is that they act like, you know, well, I got a right to say what you. Yeah, you right. You do have a right to say what you want to say, but you ain't got the right to say it on my page. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to hear you, just like I've told a lot of people, I don't dig. I'm not digging nothing about these so-called conservatives and GOP, especially when they are of this ideology. And I've said this once before. I'm not digging this stuff, and I don't really want that type of thing in my news feed or anything. I just don't. I'm not dealing with it. I've had to block a lot of people for that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. People don't act like they don't understand. They act like it's such a big problem. I go say, "Hey, you right. You got the right to say what you want, but you don't have a right to say it on my page or on the show or anything else. I got a right to block you." You know, and what people gotta understand, like what I'm before you got on, I'm a focus. With this challenge that we've been on, I think it behooves both of us. We're of that where you're more the Gen X, I'm baby boomer. That's who we need to be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where this show is going to be focusing on how to get that age group to live better, live healthier. Um, because we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Let's be honest about it. Okay.
Indeed.
And there's no sense of you might as well try to if you're born in the 60s, you a Gen Xer. If you're born in the from the 40s to the mid 60s, you're in that baby boom Gen X. Okay, you're in your 50s now. Let's just put it there. You're either in your 50s or your 60s or you're in your 70s. Okay, depending on where you fall in as a Gen X or as a baby boomer, especially as a baby boomer, you're
Mm.
from the 60s to your 70s now. And why not live better, live more comfortable, live the way you want to live? They got too many baby boomers out here that are working in their 70s. Now, if that's what you want to do, but you should have a choice about that type of stuff. You shouldn't have to work anywhere, but they're working at places that they don't make no sense. There's what do they call those people? Greeters?
Yes. You mean like at at your
Walmart?
at the Walmart and other retail stores or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that, man? Especially now that we're in this COVID thing, nobody wants to be doing that shit. I wouldn't.
Hmm.
I mean, I know I wouldn't want to be. And there's a lot of us that didn't was a lot of them that didn't save things that they needed to save during the time they were working. Because from that age group, most of us were told to go to school, get a good job, and retire. That whole paradigm shift that has happened in the last 20 years has not really served a lot of us, and it's really not serving people in our age bracket because it's a different paradigm shift. And we gotta understand that there's different things that are going on now that people are gonna have to realize that, you're gonna need to, just depending on retirement is not making it. Just like now they're talking about this check, people got $600. But see, this is I knew it was gonna be something funky about that.
Hmm.
Um, People talking about, well, how come we just getting $1,400? Well, initially, when this all came about, when they said before the the Congress or the Senate runoffs happened, they were going to send just $600, right? Then there was this thing with Trump talking about, well, that's not enough. You need 2,000. So this is what makes me wonder. Okay, who made the decision to say? I know he said, well, the 600. This is what Biden said. The 600
Hmm.
down payment, but 600 still ain't half of 2,000. Not
No.
really.
No.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's not. But they should have made it clear and said, okay, this is what this is going to be. You go get the 600 first, and then the other 1,400 after that. That was not established
That's
until a
and
few
that
days
was not.
ago.
Yeah. That was not made, as my
Yeah.
grandmother would say. That was not made plain. You know.
No, and this is why you get people kind of like, well, what's going on? Don't don't start your campaign by slacking off or not, you know, saying, because this is what gets people thinking like, well, you promised this and now you reneging on that. Man, fuck them people that damn um whatever. This is why people got a big problem with politicians because of the things that are
Hmm.
going on. But let's get back to what with the social media thing is that people need to realize that you don't own any any platforms. I don't care if it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. The biggest thing when the biggest thing that you're gonna have to realize is none of that stuff is yours. Even if we hear you hear the so-called pros talk about getting on having a list, and you really need a physical thing of a list, a paper thing of a list like this, whatever. You don't really need to have because your autoresponder is not something you own either.
No. No.
You know what I mean? And that should be made clear because I think sometimes people in these beginning, especially you guys that are coming into this industry that want to learn how to, we're gonna put something together this year to get. We're gonna be. My whole goal this year with this show is to be very detailed on what you really need and what's being said, not to rush through stuff. If it takes an hour and a half to get stuff and that message so you know that we're not full of shit and that we're not, there's no doubt, then it's going to take that, and regardless who it attracts and who doesn't, that's irrelevant. The point being is we're trying to attract the right people who get what we're saying. And the tools and stuff are great, but all they are tools. Okay, they're tools, and you have to look at them as what they are, but you don't own any of them. Okay, and
Exactly.
you got to keep that list downloaded on your hard drive or have a physical thing to list, because say for instance your autoresponder goes down or something goes down, you still want to have that list where you can market to. Okay, and I say market to, I ain't saying running after a prospect. I want to get that clear. There's a difference in that. Okay, you want to attract those right people. You want to get your whole goal. Our whole goal is to teach you how to get people that are following you on social media to your email list. See, just because people are following you on social media, plain simple, what happened with Trump? I mean, what happened with him? He got the he lost, he lost the ability. Well, he lost the ability to do things, but that was because of his mouth.
Right.
But he was inciting.
He was full of himself.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And he just caused a lot of problems for himself. And then we cause a lot. Sometimes we may say some things. I got 2 days off on banned on Twitter once before. Not 30 days, but I got a couple. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
fine. But that I don't own none of them pages, like I try to get everybody to understand. And this is why it's so important for you to get people from your Twitter account, wherever you market, your Facebook account, and get them on your newsletter, your email, your list of people that you want to market things to. And they got to be the right people. I'm not saying that we can't help millennials or those kind of people, but you tend to going to associate and market to people that are in your age group.
Right. Because you have to see, you've pretty much gone through the same life experience.
Right.
You there's a correlation there as opposed with the older age group like the silent generation, or my daughters and my step boys group, the Gen Ys and the millennials.
Yeah,
I love my daughter, but
she ain't going
just from life experiences that we have not gone through together.
Yeah, life experiences are going to be different, and then we're just saying that we won't. Then we're not saying that we won't, but our focus this year and probably going forth is going to be strictly towards the Gen X and baby boomer generation. And like I said, if them younger ones want to join in and they relate to what we're saying, fine. But that ain't gonna be our focus. Okay, that ain't gonna be our focus. The age group the baby boomers and Gen X are at that age group where they're looking to live a lot better. We should have been doing that earlier, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Live a lot better, live a lot, if not longer, more quality. See, there's too many times when we in our generation, especially of the Black and brown population and communities, always talking about, always talking about people who've lived to be 195. My question to all that is, what was their quality of life? See, I'm not into the length as I am to the quality. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because if you're living to be that long and you're bedridden, you can't do shit, why be here? And that's not to be negative. I'm just being honest. Mm-hmm. Why? My thing is quality of life, being able to still do things, not depend on somebody, not to be on no walker or cane and no shit like that. I don't. No, I'm not. I can't look at life like that. That's not what I want. That's why we have products and services that we can help with quality of life. Get and really too. Let's be honest with you, and get some of y'all off of those meds that you're on. There's a lot of us that are younger than me that are on a whole lot of damn different medications that God bless. It's crazy. We live in a generation that don't want to heal. They just want to put a band-aid on shit. Go about their business. I mean, what are your thoughts about that, man? I mean, I see some people that are younger than both of us.
Well, yeah, and I think I don't know if I can speak with a little more authority, but being that I am an amputee and I have an artificial limb, I mean, I want that is, as the older I get, that is one of my main focuses, to have quality of life. I
Right.
mean, oh, now when it's icy outside, I'm gonna use a cane. You know that. I'm gonna use
Well,
a
yeah,
cane.
I know ain't
But
nothing wrong. Ain't name to your game right there. Why not? You don't want to bust your head on that shit. No, it ain't cool.
right,
you know,
right.
you know,
But it's something that I don't want to become dependent on, or
right.
God forbid, if I do something to myself that causes myself more bodily harm, and I have to go to a wheelchair. No, that's I can't see myself living that kind of lifestyle.
And you shouldn't have to. We got now. Me and Kent, we belong to the same business opportunity, same network marketing company that's been around here. Probably, it's probably they call the granddaddy of all of them.
Hmm.
And we got a lot of different products and services that we can help people with that we both take now
Yes.
to they either to maintain certain things for your life, to live better, to live just to live better, basically, if anything. So it's not so much, like I said, it's not so much always living longer as it is living better. Okay, yeah, we like to live long, but I'm always of the thing of living more quality life. There's too many of us, you know, and you almost hear me talk about this stuff all the time about we get a lot of people that are so religious, and they're always talking about seeing Jesus and all. I said, well, okay, but don't y'all think that you gotta the reason why you were born here or why you here, that you were supposed to do something, whatever. You can't do much if you're sick.
Hmm.
And you get, and this is one thing that really burns me about a lot of us in our communities. They always act like he gonna take care of everything. Well, no. Let me ask you a question. Why ain't take care of this COVID shit? There's a lot of us walking around here. We've been a year into this stuff, and a lot of us still walking around here acting like this shit doesn't exist. When you got over 3 million people affected, 300, almost 400,000 that have died just in the US. We don't know. I don't know what the total is globally, but it's probably in the millions, really.
Yeah, I think it did top a million, as far as a million people passing worldwide, just this past Thursday, I believe.
See, these are the type of things we got to look at, because they had this thing happen over 100 years ago. What was that? Swine flu. Okay, now we're dealing with this stuff another, what was it, 1918? This is 2021, people. That's
Mhm.
2 years. That's 102 years ago.
Right.
Something like that. 102,
Yep.
103.
102, 103. Yep.
Yeah. So um, it's a serious situation, and we at the age we're at, we're supposed to be the most vulnerable of it. And people like my mom's going to be 87 this year.
Okay.
Okay. Um, there's a lot of people that are real vulnerable. If you're past what is it, 65 and older, they're talking about getting those people the vaccine. There's another thing. I keep seeing things from Farrakhan telling people not to take the vaccine. Well, Farrakhan, what is the alternative that you suggest people to do? You don't tell people not to do something and you don't have an alternative for them to do.
Hmm.
You know, I the biggest problem with a lot of these religious people, so-called folks, they're always talking about, well, don't do this or the white devil or whatever. Well, we got a lot of devils. We got a lot of devils. We got black devils, we got green devils, we got all kinds of devils. They ain't, just like I said, what I use the N-word. Because they fit in all categories and shapes and sizes too. So it's just, we need to, I don't know, with this thing that happened a week ago with the the terrorist act on the Capitol, that I don't know. My thing is that I don't know what to think about that. A lot of people say, well, if they'd have shot some of the people that got worse. If you shoot, look, this is my thing about stuff like this. All them people can't attack you. There was too many, they be beating their own ass. Okay? If you know anything about attacks and stuff like that, there was too many people to do it. If you really handle a few of them fools, I bet you a few of them would have backed up. Them cops that were at that shouldn't have backed off. Why would you have Capitol Police that aren't armed? I didn't know that the Capitol State Police weren't armed. I thought they were armed when that shooter was on the premises when that one senator got shot.
Yeah, I thought they were too.
It doesn't make any sense to be. I
I
wouldn't.
didn't. I didn't think that that they'd be like loaded for bear or anything, but at least the sidearm.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't take a job like that without one. Okay.
Hmm.
I feel like if you pop a few of them fools real, hey, well, that woman did get shot.
Yeah. Oh, see.
Died.
Yeah, Secret Service. Yeah.
And
She
bullshit.
tried.
That
She
one
tried
woman
to come
did get shot.
in.
If,
He
if,
wasn't having it. No.
if maybe you'd have popped a few of them like that. I'm not telling violence, but what are you
Right.
doing in situations like that?
Yeah, but they were, and they were when they breached that they knew at first when I first saw it, I was like, these folks have just
Yeah, they
run
just
them up.
busted in there, and then you got this one. They're saying now they know
That it was
a
planned.
job in there. You got certain How do you wait a minute? How do you let Congress people be in Congress that are white supremacists?
Mm.
We didn't talk about all this stuff, and then we got white supremacists in our Congress. Well, that's no different than having white supremacists who were cops.
Mm.
But see, that's the hypocrisy of all this stuff. We hear a lot of people talk this mess, and then they turn around and do something else. So I don't know if a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of laws that need to be changed. There's a lot of lawmakers that need to be really vetted better. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And those who may have even an inkling of what was of what was going to take place. Yes, they need to be. They need to be at least censored at most. Hey, they need to be
Yeah,
tried and convicted.
it's hard. It's hard to, I don't know, but that's the society we living in. Um,
Mhm.
one of the things that's why I say you know they were talking last night again about that show. What's I watching? Oh, they were talking about that show, Social Dilemma. That's on Netflix. Have you seen that? Have you?
Yeah, I've seen it. Mhm.
You know, my whole thing is that there's always been manipulation. This is my problem with a lot of stuff with people, and I've said this. I'm gonna say this over and over again. People, there's no different than being manipulated, as they call the television with the dummy tube they call it, than the computer or the social media. The difference is you got access of it 24/7. That's the only difference that's happening in the last 30 years. That's the only difference that we got going on.
Mhm.
So I guess I want people to understand that this is not always just a a thing recently happening. It's been that way. It's just we got better tools and technologies to I guess you want to say radicalize folks.
Right. Right.
And that's it. And that's all we really got.
Right.
So
You don't.
I don't know.
Oh, I was just going to say you don't have to, like when we were coming up. You don't have you have your 20. Well, first started for our generations. We started with the first being the 24-hour news cycle. You
Right.
know, and when we were coming up, all you had was either CBS, NBC, ABC.
Right.
Now you've got
A sport.
Newsmax, Fox, CNN,
Right. Because they're
uh,
cable news.
MSNBC. You've
Yeah.
got the conservatives have got their news media outlets. The liberals got their news media outlets. Centrists have theirs. You know,
Yeah.
and it's just and then and I haven't even got to the social media platform. So everybody has their little quote unquote base camps.
Hey,
Um,
and it was big one time. I remember that
right.
here TV went off at what 1 midnight or whatever, especially on the weekend.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
went off. So
Yep.
there was no sitting up all night watching whatever the hell you want to watch because
Mhm.
TV went off.
Right.
So what's going on with the difference is better tools to manipulate the masses with. That's
Mhm.
all we let's be real about it. They've always manipulated the masses through magazine, through TV, through radio. It
Mhm.
manipulated the masses. It's just
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
got better tools to do certain things. Understand all this stuff that like you're watching the audience right now watching us through on social media, wherever you're watching at on Facebook. It's just another tool. We just
Mhm.
got better tools to manipulate the masses with. That's all this is. It's just like, hey, if you anybody been watching, I got finally been able to. I downloaded HBO Max on my smart TV.
I've been thinking about getting that, but I haven't got it yet. I've
Well,
been thinking about it.
if you got HBO, you get HBO Max free.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to reach out to Hulu because I got HBO on Hulu.
Okay. Well, all you need to do is download the app or whatever.
HBO Max app. Okay.
Yeah, I
All right.
I was able to download it on my TV.
Okay.
Okay, and then I finished watching the Warrior that was on Cinemax. It's from the writings what Bruce Lee had written and presented to Warner Brothers for the television show Kung Fu. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It actually talks about the Tong Wars during the late 1800s in San Francisco. Okay. That's where actually the television show Kung Fu was developed from. Okay. They just changed a lot of different things. If you watch that, what they're trying to do, Cinemax stopped doing original stuff, I guess, anymore. So now they moved Warrior to HBO Max, and they're trying to get them to do another season of the Warrior. Right now, I've been watching LA Finest. Have you watched that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
That's with Gabriel Union and
oh yeah. Then I'm gonna have to watch it.
And what's her name? Alba, Jessica Alba.
Jessica. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you know the premise, the character that Gabriel Union's playing is the Martin Barnett from Bad Boys, his sister.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all that is, and
Okay.
they just extended it to L.A.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of background on her and everything. It's crazy.
Okay.
But what's happening? Remember when we started this panel thing and the pandemic happened? We said that the movie theaters needed to stream online or everything if they wanted to keep in business or get their movies and stuff. Well, somebody must have heard us, because right now all Warner Brothers movies in 2021, they're opening in the theaters, but they're also going to stream simultaneously on the opening day on HBO Max. So you know, all these other production people better take heed, because I don't see. I think the theater thing is taking a hit.
Oh, no
Why
doubt.
would I need to go? Everybody talking about this experience. You'll get the same experience now. People buying 75, 80-inch TVs, and they come way down.
I know. I'm like, I might have to take a bite and get one of those, man.
A 65-inch or something was like $500 something. They was almost $2,000 about a year and a half ago.
Right.
So you're gonna tell people they gonna have to have these. You're gonna get the same experience with a wide ass screen TV. You can sit home in your home, pop your popcorn. Ain't gotta have a bunch of fools behind you talking.
You know.
Yeah, popcorn in the movie theater is outrageous. You almost gotta take out a mortgage to go to movies.
Right. I think the last time, and this was like two or 3 years ago. Last time I bought some popcorn, I had paid, because it was me and the date I was up. I paid $14 for some popcorn. I'm like, oh, damn, you know.
But just for both of y'all or for one of y'all?
It was for both, but I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I won't be spending $14 for no.
Yeah, you'll spend almost $30 for two people going to the movie. The concession, and I don't know how much it costs going to a movie now.
Exactly.
Probably $15. You know?
Exactly.
And you know, who wants to spend that money? And if you got kids, you really gonna have to get along. Okay, you're gonna have to get a mortgage.
I've been there and done that, man.
Man, I ain't got no kids, so I ain't trying to hear all that. And you know, I ain't dating really like that much, and that kind of stuff. Why? When you can sit on, you ain't got to worry about somebody coming there crazy, want to shoot up the place. Hey, times are changing. Things are moving on.
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
And if the movie industry, the producers, the distributors are saying that it's more advantageous to get people, even if they do open it in the theaters and just stream it on an app, social streaming service, so be it. I ain't mad at them. I said that's what they needed to do in the first damn place. When we remember, we were talking about me, you, and Drew. We were talking about they needed to do that if they want to stay in business.
Yes.
And just like any damn thing, if you want to, there are certain things, if you want to stay in business, you're going to have to adapt to. I have this friend was talking about like the bars. Well, how the bars going to stay in business? I said they can put a damn drink in a gold cup and serve it like that with the pickup at the curb. You know, people in this damn experience, the experience right now is going to be either you do that or you're going to be on a ventilator. What do you want? It doesn't make any sense about arguing about, well, people are going to miss the experience. What do you want? You want to be on a ventilator or you want to still have that little ass experience sitting at a bar, just like when they stopped people from smoking in a bar, they just stopped the bar from being open.
No.
Okay. So now, you know, it's just now the return of all that stuff. It's just like they made a lot of different changes when 9/11 happened. Okay.
Sure.
When 9/11 happened, there was a lot of different changes that had to be made as far as all that kind of stuff. And people need to learn to adapt. I'm just tired of hearing, well, people ain't gonna want to do. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this way. If people ain't gonna want to do whatever, then you know what? They just ain't gonna want to do whatever. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be about if the majority of people are sick or dead, it ain't gonna matter.
Exactly.
You know, if you got a majority of people who can't come to some place because of, I'm trying to adjust this camera around. Okay, I might have to use some different things. If there's not enough people that are going to be able to come to a movie theater because they on a ventilator, what difference do it make? So you better have enough people that are going to be able to consume your product and quit bitching about what kind of experience they're going to have. The real experience they're going to have is being either on a ventilator or going to be dead. That people got to keep it, you know, people need to keep it real about what's happening in this situation. Now we got this new variant of a virus that, you know, they're saying is not really that much different, but who to say? They said at one time that we wouldn't have to wear masks.
Right.
I mean, you know, we don't know. We're going in the second year of this shit, and it looks like we might not be able to be doing what we used to do probably until maybe 2022. But you know, with this slow rollout of this vaccine, and certain people been having certain reactions with it, you know, people are something else. They want cures, but I don't know. It's like anything else. People want to they want all the stuff that people work from home or what the wealthy do, but they're not willing to do the things that it takes to do it. You can't have it. You can't have none of that shit unless you're willing to do the stuff that it takes to do it. Plain and simple. You know, if you're going to be a bank robber and you want stuff, you're going to have to take the chance of doing it right. You take that chance of getting shot. You go robbing some people, you get that chance of get, you know, I don't know. It's amazing how people want stuff, but they're not willing to do certain things for it. You know, and it's like the marketing aspect, you know, and let me see how many people would listen to this about stop depending on social media for your sole marketing aspects because all this shit can be taken away. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we are both doing this another challenge on Facebook. What are you getting out of this challenge?
So far, I think I'm getting out of the challenge is just it's and I think this has been done before, so I'm not particularly upset with it. but it's just another way to. I mean, it's like a filter when they say when you set up your own groups
Right.
and have them ask ask 3 or 4 qualifying questions. I mean, in my mind, it's like the and again, I'm not upset about it at all, but it's just like the QI all over again.
Oh,
But
well, yeah,
also,
qualifying invite. I mean, yeah, we've been through that.
yeah,
So we use all that implementations that we've been through. See, a lot of these guys, a lot of these people have only been experienced in network marketing and all this stuff in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. It's like when I was talking about Aaron Birch. I said,
mhm,
you got to be careful about some of the things you say to certain these people in network marketing because
mhm,
there's still this thing about cross-lining. I'm not sure. I thought the whole premise was stupid in the beginning, but and she like, well, what do you mean by cross-line? I said, there are certain people that don't want you to train their people. Okay. Even in your affiliate network marketing group, I said, you guys still talk as if that's your company. Okay. When
mhm,
I first came on this, they were trying to tell us that the network marketing company, you're nothing but a sales rep. So I said, we need to stop using the language as our business and say our affiliate because that's all they are. They're
right,
just an affiliate. It's just like MLSP is an affiliate is a training platform to help network marketers, home-based business people to get results. And we have tools that help you do that. Us all, for you who want to know what we learn to do certain things, we belong to a training platform called My Lead System Pro. My Lead System Pro helps people who want to come online to get results. It helps people stop chasing friends and family. It helps people turn themselves into marketers. They got tools, services, and all those type of things to help you do that. You just got to be willing to engage. You just got to be willing to spend some money. You just got to be willing to do some work. Without doing that, see, most network marketing companies are not teaching it. They don't have a platform to teach you how to market online. They're still teaching, it's still running off at the mouth that chasing friends and families, making a list of 100 people that shouldn't be on your list at all
mhm,
to do stuff. And just because you talk to everybody not interested in what you want to do. Some people are never going to do what you're doing because they're too implemented and too brainwashed and thinking that the only way they can make money is have a job and retire. Well, if nothing is showing you in this year of the COVID and job being shut down, lost, ain't nothing going to change your mind because you're too bought in to the simple fact that the only way you can make money is through a job. That's fine if you want to believe that. The environment is showing you different. I don't have to convince you because I'm not in the convincing business of doing that. The environment,
exactly,
everything is showing you that you better have something else going besides waiting on retirement, waiting on a stimulus thing, create your own stimulus, people, all these
yeah,
kind of things. The days of all that kind of stuff, these companies telling you, well, you work for us for a certain amount, and we'll take them days is over, people. Them days is over.
right,
Keep keep doing the things that you are doing the way you're doing. You'll find out how much they give a shit about you. You'll find out how much all these companies give a shit about you. I
mhm,
just watched this one show. What was it on? It must have been on, maybe it's on HBO Max. It's called Lockdown. And it's about, it takes place in the time period that we're in. Everybody locked down is in the UK.
mhm,
Okay. And the stress of being locked down and being with somebody, contrary to what we want to believe, I guess a lot of people probably would have thought that being with somebody, you get to know them. But in a lot of instances, a lot of people broke up. A lot of people got on each other's nerves being with somebody 24/7, and especially the opposite sex. And then some of them, there's been a baby boom. So I think that what the problem has always been is that those people who were breaking up, they were breaking up before the damn COVID. Really,
Yeah.
tell the truth, they were breaking up then. This solidified the breakup. Um, I just don't, and that's what that whole movie was about. How their relationship was. Well, they were already broke up. It was just that one was getting ready to move until the COVID hit, and they couldn't go nowhere because
Mhm.
UK, everything was shut down. They couldn't do nothing. The one girl was working from home, and there's another thing in that show. They were using Zoom like we're doing now,
Mhm.
and got all these people together to fire them over the Zoom platform. That's another thing, people. I want you to understand. Just
Mm.
because you work from home from a company doesn't mean you're not exposed or vulnerable to getting fired. You are still an employee. As
Yep.
long as you are an employee, they'll fire you from anywhere. Hence what I
Yep.
was saying in that movie. She fired 5 people over a Zoom platform. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that?
Woo, woo, woo.
If anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, I think it's on HBO Max. It's called Lockdown. Go look it up. If you got HBO Max, go look up the movie, and you can relate to what I'm saying. The
And
whole this the whole thing is crazy, man. It doesn't guarantee you shit.
I,
Uh,
I, I mean, we chuckling, but hey, that's happening.
Right. It's funny how people, they say, well, I'm working from home. Okay, what does that mean to me? Granted, you're not exposed and got to be exposed out to all those damn Jeremy ass people out there. But still, when we're trying to get you, when we talked about working from home, we're talking about you as an entrepreneur, a digital
Exactly.
entrepreneur working from home, not
Exactly.
working from home under the mandate of some other corporate fuck with a
Hmm.
thumbprint on your back. They owe that because, like I said, you're still vulnerable to get shut down. You're vulnerable to get you know fired, and that's
Yeah.
what happened in that. Fired all them people. You know, and didn't have to see him. There's a well, Mr. So we've decided that we're going to go another way. Well, the only good thing about that is you didn't waste the gas if you got to go somewhere far,
Right.
and then to see them, fire you like that. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be the different things that's going to happen in this coming year. Also, okay, people are going to have to understand the marketing, the 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 market's changing, people. And if anything that you're going to learn, that the possibilities of having your own business is here because of technology. I don't want. I'm tired of hearing people say, "Well, everybody can't have a business." Well, everybody can't work for everybody. Shouldn't be working for somebody neither. You want to get down to that,
Hmm.
but everybody can have a business if they wanted to learn some skills. The country started from entrepreneurship. It never started as people going to a job. The farming industry started from the 1600s to up until the early 1900s, folks. This is what people don't get and don't understand about this country. They always thought there was always jobs people went to, and not until the cities started to come in. It's like, hey, in that movie they showed The Warrior. They had industries there. They had these big coal places, and that's the mid to late 1800s.
Hmm.
So that was part of that transitioning going into the uh, the industrial age. Okay, the industrial age. Some of y'all still live in the industrial age mindset when we've been in the digital age for the last 20 some or more 20 some years,
Right.
almost 30 some years, and you're still living as if you're still in the industrial. You still live as the industrial mindset, people. You got to get out of that shit. If you want anything, if you want anything different for yourself or you and your family, you're going to have to get out of that mindset because it's not worth it anymore. I don't care if you're still working at home on your computer and then, you know, and then if you don't have a computer, they come get your shit or they make you spend the money to send it back. I told them none of them. I'm not, like I told Time Warner. And I told AT&T, y'all, I didn't bring the shit in here. Y'all gonna have to come and get your shit because if I send it, you ain't gonna like how I send it to you or how I bring it to you. I'm not wasting no gas, no time to bring nothing back to nobody else. Okay. It's crazy. You got to learn to teach people how to treat you. And that's in 2021 is gonna be another one of those type of things because I'm not having it. If I know I'm probably gonna end up blocking a whole lot of other different people off my social media thing. I don't know. It's just one of those things that's going on. I see, you know, people still peekabooing though. Oh, yeah. Were you able to do what they call that thing? Share party or you know how were you able to share watch party?
No, I wasn't able to do a watch party. I just shared it through my feed, but I couldn't do a watch party.
Well, it didn't beep you?
No, it didn't. It just had share, but it didn't give me in the options. It didn't have the watch party segment on there.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, we've been on here an hour and stuff. I'm glad this worked. I think it's worked better because I'm on my Mac. I'm upstairs in the office. Last week was on the but I hopefully I've taken care of that problem. See, there was a lot of data breaches that were going on. You know, the government got breached with all of their data, with emails and stuff. So I changed some passwords for some different things. Let's see if that holds. I also deleted some of that stuff off of my browser on Chrome. I don't know if Chrome got some issues also.
Yeah.
Huh?
You said your Chrome was. That's right. You did say your Chrome was having some issues.
Yeah, I don't know if the Chrome is having issues. I mean, people you need to watch that. And it's like I said, you probably need to change your passwords for stuff every so often. Because that's what's going on with me. That was one of the problems I had. I was having people changing my Facebook to Spanish and French and Vietnamese and shit. People walking in from Vietnam. I'm like, no, I don't know this shit. What the fuck is going on with that? So that's what's going on here. I don't know. I have to see what the settings on the next week's. I'm gonna take off that passcode. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know why I put that on. I couldn't remember if I had to do that or not. But now I'm gonna take that off next week, so you won't have that problem again. You know, I like to know would any of you guys out there hit us up, get some comments on here, put together a challenge for baby boomers and Gen Xers. Yeah, to learn how to live better, healthier.
And we know there, especially for folks for our age group, we know there are a lot of health conscious folks out there who would drop some valuable nuggets within a challenge like that. That's a good idea, Greg.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting that together in the next maybe next month. I might do that. I might start put up a private page, a Facebook group page for people to go into. You got to be a part of the challenge to do it. So but that's what we're doing. We're learning how to do this kind of stuff. You gotta put the time in. You got to put the training in. You got to put the all that kind of stuff in to get anything out of anything.
Well, in the old accent, hey, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to get what you want. You
Yeah,
know.
and this is a lot easier than a lot of the stuff that we used to have to do.
Yes.
Chasing people around the city, setting up meetings, no shows. One of the biggest problems I ever had with network marketing is with no shows. Those, ooh, you don't know how.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you don't know how that fry my rice.
Yeah.
Things made me a little bit kind of want to punch somebody. But a bit of be honest. Don't even come around. If you don't have the audacity, if you don't have the cordial politeness or anything just to say you're not interested. This is why I tell people right off. If you're not interested right off, I won't bother you no more about nothing. But to say you interested and then don't show, you a piece of shit, really. You really are. You know, I'm not a real forgiving person in a lot of things like that because people are not willing to meet you halfway. I don't really have time for you. I really don't. I don't want to be bothered. And it's going to really be more so 2021. I just don't have time for that mess because we're all adults here and you want to be treated as an adult.
Yeah.
You want to help and you come across like some, like the president we got. I don't want to help you. I don't care that much about you if that's how you're going to act with me or anybody. It doesn't make any sense too. I'm just going to tell you straight up front. No.
Yeah. And all of our time is precious. So,
Yeah,
you know.
all of our time is precious. And
Mhm.
when we do this challenge, we're going to charge for it. Now, if you can't give up $5 to $10, then your ass needs to stay where you're at. This ain't about helping me. It's about helping you and teaching you. You got to invest some time into what you want. If you do that,
we entrepreneurs, but that doesn't mean we work for free. You know.
the challenge that we are in, we had to pay for it. I paid a little more for one because I'm going to be on another level 1 workshop. I paid almost $200 for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to invest your money into things that you want to improve yourself. And too many of us want shit for nothing. Nothing is free in this world, people. I don't care what anybody tells you, or how anybody want to talk about shit. Nothing is free. And if you're not willing to pay to invest in yourself and your time, I can't help you. Can't help you. I don't give a shit who you go to. Nobody can help you. We're not here to be walked over. 2020 is going 2021, excuse me, it's gonna be a different year, and you're gonna have to pay for our time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just tell it straight up. You're gonna have to pay for our time. If you ain't willing to do that, then you don't deserve our time. If you don't value what we got to say, then fine. I want to know that right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have time for that stuff. Yeah, you probably said the thing. He's so hard. I'm not hard. I'm business. And business, you got to tell people what you are going to do and what you are in life, in any relationship. Business is a relationship between two individuals. It's not about a relationship. I'm talking about a relationship as a business relationship or any relationship. You got to set parameters and expectations, which you will put up with. No, you got to set up things telling them what you ain't going to put up with. And if you don't do that, people love to see what they can get away with. Look what we had. Look what we dealing with in the White House.
Yeah.
He did everything. Exactly. He did everything in the world to push the parameters to see what he can get away with. And then
Mhm.
there's some of y'all probably out here saying that, well, why should we impeach him or convict him with only a week? Because we setting a message, okay, like a mob. The message, they don't give a shit about whether this or that. They're gonna let you get away with stuff. They send a message to you saying we're not putting up with this shit from you. Don't care. Just because you president don't mean you can do what the hell you want to do. And in
Right.
business, we trying to let you know you're going to bring it and come halfway, but you're going to have to invest some time and money to get the information that we have to give. We understand our value. When you don't understand your value and don't want to tell your value, people try to walk all over you. If you don't want to do
Oh,
it, that's fine. Get off of here. You know, because we're not here. I'm not here to babysit nobody. Okay, 2021, I'm not babysitting a damn person. Grown
Mhm.
people. This is why this is why we're focusing on our age group. They're supposed to be grown, a little more mature.
Right.
Granted, there's always going to be that group of people that age don't mean shit and don't mean anything about maturity. Because I know
Exactly.
some baby ass 70-year-olds. Shit, you know. All right, with that being said, I'm glad this worked out this week. Last week we just had a technological fiasco.
It was a clusterfuck.
Yeah,
That's a better word.
that's a great term. A hot mess, a bad clusterfuck hot mess. In fact, this is the premiere show. It was supposed to be last week, but it was a hot fucking mess, really, last week. Okay, this is the premiere show. We're back for 2021. This is what we wanted to have been saying. We're gonna give you value stuff, but like I said, ain't gonna be free when it comes to the stuff that we're gonna be doing this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if Greg and I look at it right, for those who've been watching off and on or maybe consistently through this pandemic season, a lot of information that we have given out has been free information.
Yeah, it's been free.
That we could have charged for.
Yeah,
So
we could charge a lot for. Okay,
yeah.
both of us could charge hundreds of dollars an hour for.
Mhm.
Okay. We had that kind of value to do that. Because you're not getting it through no job. You didn't get it through your educational system. And I know that you're not getting a lot of it through the network marketing companies that you deal, because they're still dealing from the aspect of the 60s, 70s, and 80s and part of the 90s.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, I know. I'm be 62 years old this year. I've been through that shit. I know. That's my experience, people. With that being said, we're going to end this show because we've been on over an hour. You got any other thoughts or criticisms? Or
No, sir. No, sir. Well, hey, but since this is the premiere of our Sundays chat, hey, we appreciate y'all coming on. You know, we come hard, but hey, it's Generation X, baby boom, right there. Hey,
I
as,
fit in
as, as
between.
he said before, we have more days behind us than we do in front. So
Yeah. So I don't have time to jack around with people. Either you're gonna come to correct or don't come at all. That's straight up. I ain't got time for it. With that being said, my name is Greg Smith. Like I always end these things in the same way. You know, this is a Sunday night, and everybody got to go back to a job one way or another. If you sit down in your home office or you physically got to go on, the heart attack still rate ain't changed. It's probably gone up 85% now. This is something that Les Brown, I've heard him say this. And if you die, people have been dying left and right coming into this year. Okay? Death don't take no holiday. People, the job market, the environment we're in is going to become more stressful because of the climate that we're living in, and don't let these bosses, these corporate fucks, that's what I'm gonna call them, because that's what they are, stress you out where you drop dead at your desk or wherever you might be, because they'll put your job in a newspaper or social media before your obituary even shows up. That's straight talk, folks. That's straight talk, and they don't give a fuck, really. We ain't gonna change about the expletives. That's the word. Because some of y'all need to be vocally hit upside their head about certain things because you talk too sweetie pie. You don't get it, and that's what it is. I don't, like I said before, that part of me ain't gonna change. I don't trust nobody that don't cuss a little bit. I'm being honest, I don't. You know, I had relatives, why you cuss so much on your damn videos? If that bothers you, get the fuck off. That's what I told them, straight up. If it bothers you, click off. I'm not, just whatever. So you need to understand that we're here to help, but we all adults here, people. We all adults, and that's what we need, and that's the way I'm gonna treat people as until you show me, something different. Then I'm gonna let you know. I just don't have time. We both don't have time. So we'll let you know when this challenge gets up, because I'm gonna have to meet with him, Kent, on a virtual meeting, just the two of us, about how to put this shit together so we can do this stuff. Because we got a lot to offer, folks. And whether you see it as value or not, that's irrelevant. We just want to help those ones that do. But like I said, we're here to help the 50-something, the 60-something, the 70-something group to live better, to live better, basically. And it takes money and health to do that.
Right.
With that being said, With that being said, this is Greg Smith.
And this is Kent Robertson. So for those who shout out to, of course, Dr. King and his holiday tomorrow, and it's not, and it ain't just for Black folks. It is for all Americans. But hey, we just want all Americans to recognize that too.
Yeah, my dad's birthday was Friday. No, yes, it would have been yesterday. He would have been 89 years old.
Oh, he was saying my brother's was the 15th too.
No, my dad's was the 16th.
Oh, 16th. Okay.
16th, yeah. But I know a lot of people that were, through that time period, so he'd have been 89 years old. It's been almost 20 years since he's passed. Damn. Yeah. Next year will be.
Okay.
So, because he died at 70. So, well, that being said, I hope y'all got value from what I shared this out. If you see the replay on Facebook, you following us. I'm watching, I can see who's on there looking at somebody. I did share this out on Instant Messenger, and some of this stuff does go to, I still got to connect it going through Instagram and all that other stuff.
Okay.
So, that being said, we're going to sign out. People take care. Peace. Have a great rest of your week.
Be safe, y'all.
We'll see you next week. Same time, same back channel. Oh, when we start getting longer days, the time will change. Okay? All right, people. We're out.
Stay safe, everybody.